Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Akakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders at GMS to rule well. Peace and blessings to the Akim out there fighting doing this work with truth and sincerity. It's your brother Bonsapad. Back at you again with another lesson. The Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect men out there that are listening and watching these videos. That's a quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Shai. Just some real quick one to get into through the spirit. I was watching Elder Apostle Kabar's video on this picture you see of so-called God creating Abraham. And as you can see in this picture to the, well, I'm facing obviously my phone is in front of me. So to my right, there's supposed to be God and supposed to have children around him. But those children that's around him in this picture, so-called God in this picture, these are little boys, man. And he's supposed to be creating Abraham. That's who they're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, Abraham don't have no beard. Look at the pigmentation on these guys, on these characters. So this is nothing more than Renaissance art. That Renaissance meaning rebirth. You see? So the so-called, well, the Edomites came back into rulership during the Renaissance period. So they put up their images, okay, proclaiming to be the people, proclaiming that they are the Most High. In a lot of ways, if this is just kind of putting you into a captivity mind state, man. Religion is nothing more but a prison, basically, mentally. You see what I'm saying? So this picture here is not the true image of Yahweh Bashem Shai. When you go to the book of Daniel, it speaks about the Most High, and I got Revelations 1 and 13. I'm going to read that once and go down to 13. Then I'm going to jump to 1 Maccabees 3 and 48 to prove to you people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, that the images that you see of holy men aren't the real images. You see what I'm saying? They're rendition art that was done during the Renaissance period, because that was the rebirth of this so-called white man to come back into his rulership, to come back into power, man. So the people of the Bible, the Israelites, the true biblical Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, are dark skin. You know, they come. Adam come from the ground, man, like the soil of the ground. So the Israelite will come in. We are so-called, I don't like to use the word so-called black, but they are men of color. The men, King David, King Solomon, you name it, man. Yahweh Shai, Yahweh himself. You know what I'm saying? It's all written in the scriptures of what they look like, man. They dark-skinned people. They are dark-skinned people like us today. So right here, Revelations 1 and 1, it says, revelation of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, which the Most High gave unto him to show unto his servant things which must shortly come to pass, and he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John. I'm going to jump to 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand, the time of salvation, the time of destruction, the time of the Lord's people are raising up to who they are, to call upon those names. So there's a lot of things happening according to prophecy. So right here at Revelations 1 and 1, it said the revelation, meaning the revealing of whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, man. His name is Yahweh Shai in the Hebrew. So this is the unveiling, if you will, or the revealing of the true image of Yahweh Shai. So let's jump down to verse 13 and read down. In the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with the garment down to the foot. Now, I just read in Revelations 1 and 1, the revelation of Yahweh Shai Mashiach. So meaning what? The revealing. So now it's revealing who he is and what he looked like. Not this picture right here that you see below right now, man. This is not whom the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus. These not them. This not Abraham, man. You see what I'm saying? No beard on his face. And he, come on, man. This, you mean to tell me this is the people that you pray to? No, man. So through the spirit of Yahweh, Bashem Shai, beginning with the apostles and elders and the men on down, we breaking the strongholds off the mind of you people, man. So you can come back to who you are, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. It says, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, the 7 churches that's talking about, one like unto the Son of Man. You go over to verse 12. Where is it? Where is it? I can't find it. But it says, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with the garment down to the foot, and the girt about the paps with a golden girdle. So you see the men out there with the, as you call them, gowns or dresses. These are garments that our forefathers wore back in the ancient world. This is how we used to dress. This is part of our apparel. And Yahushua had a golden girdle, like around his waist of his, made of gold. That was like to protect you from getting stabbed with a sword or something like that. You see what I'm saying? So it's telling you, one like into the, in the midst of the seven candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with the garment down to the foot, and a girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, woolly in texture, and his hair was gray. Not gray, but they're saying white. But you know that you know when you see gray hair, it look white. So in this picture right here, where's the woolly hair on these characters? This is not it, man. This is fake art, man. To them, it's real because they put it up as if they're some kind of holy people, man. But they're not. This is blasphemy, man. They put these images, these pictures up to control the minds of the people, man. You see what I'm saying? It say, look at verse, his head and his hair is a white like wool. So picture that so-called white image of Christ, of Jesus, so-called Jesus. Picture that white image. His hair is long and stringy like a dog. So that's strike one. You see what I'm saying? His head and his hairs were white like wool. Strike two, white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire, because in the prophecy in Genesis it said that the Lord drank wine, man. And his feet like unto fine brass. Look at Abraham's feet on this picture right here, so-called Abraham. I mean, look at it. He said like unto fine brass. This is not fine brass on this character right here, man. Fine brass is like you take a penny and you put it in the furnace and it's gonna become darker. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they're burned into a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters, man. Because he spoke with authority. His voice is real deep. You see what I'm saying? Here, when you hear about so-called Jesus, he speak like this. Well, come on, my little children. You know, it's time to come back to me. No, the man, Yahushua was a man, bro. His voice was deep, and he spoke with authority, man. He wasn't this little wimp, how the world portrayed him to be. Like he's just some kind of wimp, or he just, no, man. The Lord was a man of war, man. He's a man of war, man. So right here, Revelations is the revealing of Yahushua, and it says feet like unto fine brass. Take a penny and burn it, it's gonna get darker, man. So his head and his feet and his hands was the same thing, was same color, man. You see what I'm saying? With dark-skinned people. You can read the book Job 30 and 30 said his skin was black upon me. So it's proven to you that what? The Lord's people are dark-skinned people. You know what I'm saying? From Judah all the way down to Issachar, man. And throughout the time, we've gotten lighter because of the mixing of the seed, but we're still Israelites. Edomites are not the Lord's people, man. They Hebrew Edomites. You know what I'm saying? Some of our people go come looking like Edomites. You see what I'm saying? Because the mixing of the seed over time, the images you see that's being portrayed as the angels, and this picture right here, God and Abraham and so-called Jesus Christ, look, those are not the true images of the Bible, man. And I'm reading it right here, right now in front of you. Now I'm going to go to another one real quick in the Apocrypha. And yes, it is part of the book. I think it's First Maccabees. Let's go to Maccabees 3. Let's go to verse 48, and it reads, and lay open the book of the law. What's the book of the law they lay open is? The Bible. So they defaced a lot of images. It's called iconoclasm. You see what I'm saying? They defaced a lot of images, broke their noses off, and you can look all this stuff up. It's in history, man. They defaced a lot of it and cut their nose off, the lips and things of that nature, man. You see what I'm saying? So it said, and laid open the book of the law. What book only have laws in it? The Holy Scriptures, the King James Bible, man. That's the book of the law. So they got that book and got their artists and they read these scriptures, and they laid open the book of the law, which is Bible, and did what? But then the heathen have sought to paint the likeness of their images. So they paid painters to paint pictures of their images of themselves, to put themselves up in power, man. They took the real images down and put their images up as a form of power. So the images that you see today, those are not the holy people, man. They don't look like them. Israelites going to come looking like them because we all spread throughout the four corners of this planet. As an addition, they don't look like these two characters right here in this picture below, man. This is blasphemy of Yahweh Bashim Abashar Bashim Wakakwadash, man. They lay open the Bible and start to paint the likeness of their images. I'm reading to you right here, man. You see? First Maccabees 3 and 48. And lay open the book of the law, wherein the heathen, are they not heathens? You see what I'm saying? Are they not heathens? They are heathens, has sought to paint the likeness of their images. And I just read to you in Revelations 1 and 1, jump down to 13 to 14, the revealing of Yahweh Shah. And read right here in 1 Maccabees 3 and 48, that they took the law, the Bible, the book, laid it open, and paint the likeness of their images. It's plain, man, right there. So if you would read the script, matter of fact, let me get one more real quick. Let me get Job 30 and 30. Throughout the scriptures, it tell you what they look like, man. And they doesn't look like this picture right here below you, man. This is blasphemy, man. This is the book of Job 30 and 30. My skin is black upon me, my bones are burnt with heat. It doesn't say his skin was pale or his skin was translucent. It says his skin was black, meaning Job was he was a dark-skinned man. So the heathens opened up the book of the law to paint the likeness of their images, to conquer people, to put you in subjection unto them, to scare you to go to church, something called a so-called religion, to make you pay money and lie to you and tell you this is hell and this is the image of the Heavenly Father and His Son. They want you to bow down to them. They use that book to put people in slavery, man. But this book belonged to the Israelites. It don't belong to them. We the only people whom the Lord called and ordained and give us the gift to break these scriptures down. And we learn from our apostles and elders, man. So those are the only men, the men out there that serving Yahweh Bashim Abashah can break this book down the way it's supposed to be, man. You other people need to just sit back and chill, man. You know what I'm saying? So here's a quick lesson through the Spirit. Want to get in. Hey, hope this was edifying. Until the next time, I shall say, Shalom.